we gonna go talk to Uniegost. Where is he? He's just right there, also in the tavern of his wife. Yep, he's just right eating pears. Okay, I'm gonna talk to him now. Rasmer! Or is that Rasmer or Rockmer? I don't know. Rockmer. I have no idea. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my god, it's making me laugh. You feel like so tall and he's so short. What are you doing? Okay, we'll just continue. It's not, I can cancel it anyway. Hey, Unigas, it's bothering me, making me dizzy, Unigas. Hey, Unigas, you're looking at the proud house. Oh, finally, you make it. Finally, you make me dizzy, dude. Okay. Owner from the valley, and I'm back hearing beers. Okay, a job well done indeed. Alright, let me wet my throat with this amber goodness and start reminiscing. I know Lord Dan for 22 years before he died. He was my best and true friend, a brother actually. I remember the day we met as if it was yesterday. Listening. Just see, we'll just listen. I was 25 at the time, living in the big city of Hillenburg, where I was born. You could say I hated that place, but still it was the only home I ever know. Maybe someday I'll tell you more about that. Anyway, I was forced to take care of my own, so I did, doing the only thing I could do. Stealing, so he is good in stealing. Is that the reason why you steal Uniegost property? Uniegost, no. Lordan, and this before this new version of the game. Okay, we'll see if you're gonna do the same in this version. You were a thief? That's what he said. I was, and a bloody good one, I say. Picking pocket was my bread and butter. I could steal a piece of steak right from your fork and you wouldn't even notice. Wow, wow, he's really pretty good. It wasn't greed that motivated me, just survival, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy the process. Stealing is still a crime, not matter what's the motivation. Okay. You say I want to wait in here a bit more before getting all high and mighty on me. I'm sorry, go on. We had an annual festival at Jellenberg. It always brought a whole bunch of outsiders to our town. You can imagine what that meant for a man in my profession. Yeah, you probably enjoy. I could do a day worth of work in a matter of minutes. I grab a few coins here and there, some jewelry, a pair of new boots, and then I saw a noble man with money bag strapped to his belt. It was basically begging to be set free. Listen, I sneak in behind him in the crowd like I did 1,000 times before. Child's play. I gently grabbed the pouch, did a little shimmy magic, and there it was, sitting neatly in my palm. Just needed to turn around and disappear like always, and then wham! And he got hit. What happened? I was punched in the face by what felt like a bull, and I was so shocked I didn't even realize what happened until I hit the ground. My head was pounding, I could barely see straight, and do you know what was the first thing I saw next? Another blue coming? Haha, no, a big radiant smile on the face of the man with two different eyes. Was your Uncle Lordan, the one I took for a nobleman. He stuck his hand out, helped me get up, and offered me a beer. Oh, looks so good. Haha, just like that? Just like that. I don't get it. That's just how Lordan was. You see, your uncle was deadly clever, smartest man I've ever known. Hands down, he could see the world like nobody else. Predict things. He was always at least a dozen steps ahead of anyone else. So on a rare occasion that somebody surprised him, he was intrigued. Okay, and he wasn't expecting you. And it. Apparently, even despite my future, I was still the one that came the close to robbing him, and he liked that. So I'm guessing you accept his invitation, right? I didn't really have a choice, did I? I was terrified of the guy at that moment, so we went. He took me to the most expensive and most crowded tavern in the whole town. Remember that it was the day of the festival. Even entering that place was next to impossible. He didn't seem to care, though, listening. In that matter of seconds, we were sitting at the table being served by two barmaids. At the same time, it was surreal. In my mind, there was one only explanation. He owned the place. And did he? Not at all. It was his first time in Gillenberg. It all felt like a dream, to be honest. Especially with me still being days after he punched. I was still sure he was a nobleman. His manner, his clothes, the way he talked and moved. And then he clogged a bear like it was a race. uh, Wiped the face with his sleeve and burped like a drum. He went from the Lord to the savage like that. Snaps finger. So he showed his true colors after seeing a beer, huh? Listen. I relived the moment a dozen times until I realized why he did that. It wasn't a mistake. Oh no, listeners, no moment of weakness. He wanted me to see it, to understand it. Understand what? That he was full of crap. So his pretend is noble. You see, Rasimir, your uncle was one of a kind. He was true master of arms, and his weapon of choice was his confidence. What does even mean? Imagine a closed door with two armed guards at its sides, and you want what inside? What are your options? You can force yourself in, bribe the guards, try to pick a lock, but Lordan, he just hold his head up high, walk right in, and demands the door to be open. I'm going to be straight with you, it's all made up. Ha ha, surely that's I and the pack were only one that had been behind the scenes of Lordan's show. And even for us, it was unbelievable at the time. Wait, the pack? Oh, Simir, there is so much more you still don't know. Our story hasn't even really begun, but it's getting late. Come on, you can just leave me hanging like that? You can't. You can't. Alright, I'm going to tell you a bit more. After that bear we had a couple more than some mead, if I remember correctly. We were talking about our past, our dreams, convictions, started making some drunk and absurd plans. I thought we were joking, to be honest. The next thing I remember is waking up in a soft sheets. I'm guessing they weren't yours. Are you kidding? It was the first time I even touched fabric like that. The ceiling in the chamber was so high it could fit a giant. And I thought I was dreaming. Then the servant walked in. I was ready to flee, but instead of fighting me, they presented me with breakfast. Really? How come? It was all Lord undoing. I never found out how managed to pull it off. Whenever I asked, he just burst into laughter, even years after. Needless to say, I left Gillenberg with him on that day, the first time I went outside of the town walls, and never come back. That was the day the pack was born, and 3 years later there were 5 of us, a real team, a family. We called ourselves the Reminders. How I wish I could be there. It sounds incredible. I never had an adventure like that, and probably never will. You see, my boy, it wasn't always fun and lovely, but it's a tale for another time. It really did get late, and I'm sure you still have a lot of work to do. Come and find me tomorrow. We'll talk some more. I'll do that. Thank you, Uniegost, for everything. Okay, so we did that. Wait, what happened? Hey, what just happened? I think I'm drunk from drinking. Look, look at the building. They are double. Oh my goodness, how am I supposed to do? Yeah, I'm drunk. I don't like this. I feel dizzy, so I'm gonna get rid of you. How do you get rid of this? Is that toxic? Drunk alcohol? What can we eat to get this toxicity? Health? Okay. But this 50 poison, 50% poison. Why should I do that? Porridge? No, that's not it. What's this? Poisoning? Anything else? Daisy? No. How long is gonna disappear? Oh my goodness, I'm so dizzy. Well, anyway, I'm gonna look for medicine. Oh, this is no good. Oh man. Well, I'm gonna get some of these guys because I'm running out. Oh. Oh, there's nothing in here? Oh, okay. I need to read. So I'm just gonna get rid for now. Oh, I don't have anything to cure my drunken. Oh, it's disappeared now. Oh, thanks goodness. Okay, so since we are done, that I'm gonna do say read for the next day. So we're gonna talk to Uniegost first. This is a continue quest, so we might as well do it. I have a lot of quests. Oh, I need to pay my tax too. Thanks goodness. Yep, that's one of them. But you come at the port and my duties as awaits me. Of course. Okay, yeah, it may not sure to be honest. There's been a murder. Oh my, so things like that don't happen here often. Because they don't, I'm just about to go to the crime scene and question the witness, and I don't know what to expect. I'm sure you'll take good care of this matter. Time will tell. Yes, yes, even it will break. Joke aside, Smir, that's really serious matter. I won't be able to share more stories with you at the moment, but I believe there is someone you should meet. His name is Sambor. He was one of us, the pack I mean. Are you serious? And he lives here in the valley? That's right. All of them do actually. Here, I marked Sambor house on your map. You should pay him a visit. Okay, I'll do that. But they were calling Sambor friendly. It's like calling being stung by a bee right in the tip of your manhole. Listen. Oh, I'm sure you're exaggerating. He was a part of the reminders after all. Don't say I didn't warn you. I'll be on my way then. First we're gonna pay the tax. Okay, so I pay the tax and now we're going to meet Sambor. It's right there, and so we should go this way. And maybe we can eat some food along the way. The pipe. Because the place where Sambor is, there's no water nearby, I think. So might as well need to drink. And then we can go, and hopefully we can kill some wolf in the way. A little bit dark, so what time is it now? It's almost, it's day 2. Probably gonna sleep a little bit here. Okay, so it's next day now. So we can go. Do I get anything here? Okay, forget it. There's no time to go shopping for every good drops. For looking for valuable stuff. Because we're running. I have so many quests that I need to do, like Sambor and Awin. Do you have time limit? And I wish the time won't start until you get the quest, but it doesn't work that way. I think Awin quest already start running, so I must do that before. Oh, what's that? What kind of animal is that? Anyway. Oh, there's a lag over here, guys. On the way to Alwyn. No, to Sambor. Right there. What's this? This part here, right here. Mid. And what's this? Stone axe and lag. I like it. Over here. We're gonna talk to him. Hopefully. Hello, Sambor. I think you're lost, boy. Look, this is Sambor now. Oh. I think the way he looks like is the same as what it looks like in the previous game. Isn't he was described as the one who killed Lordan? he was described like him, or was I wrong? I don't know. It's been a while, so I don't remember too much now. But I think it was says that big guy, bald, and something like that. And I think you're lost, boy. Sorry, I didn't mean to this. Wait a second, look at me in the eye and stop shivering for crying out loud. Huh, black and blue, you're Lord and family, aren't you? Yes, my name is Rasimir. You must be Sambor then. And how do you know that? I was talking with Uniegost. He told me that you were a part of the reminders as well. And how reminders as well? Part of what now? Part of one, the pack, the one with Uniegost and Lordan. I never heard this idiotic name in my life. Oh, sorry, maybe I made a mistake. We were called the Undying Fist. Different name. That's what. Now there's a whole better name. Oh, Undying Fist. Well, just whatever. What do you know? What are you, like 12? Normally, I would argue with you about that. But I'm afraid you'll kick the bucket during this dispute, old man. Oh, there is something I would kick for sure. So smart choice. Snot. He just called me snot. How dare you? Anyway, I would love to hear some story about my uncle and the pack adventures all together. That's an amazing coincidence because I would love to spend my time telling the old tales by the cracking fire. Oh my, really? No, leave my property and forget where it is. He's so funny. He knows jokes. He's so funny. He can make a joke. Oh, come on. It will only take a moment, really. Just tell me. What was my uncle like? How did you become part of the Undying Fist? And what did you do excel as the pack? No, leave my property and forget where it is. You don't know what we did? You didn't get the part yet. Alright, but be quiet and try to list annoying. Where should I begin? Right. It all started when Lordan left his home. He was 18 at the time, if I remember correctly. The clever bastard was always too big of a fish for his birthplace, and he knew that. Left as soon as he could, but cleverness at such a young age always means two things: being arrogant and hot-headed. Okay. His plan was to set out on a big adventure. That's it. Pretty detailed, huh? A path like that is paved with skeletons of young idiots, but none of them was Lordan. Either way, he was wandering for days. Days soon turned into weeks, and his ration into dust. He was useless as a hunter back then, at least, so berries and mushrooms was all he could get. So obviously, he needed some coins. Listening. It came across a manor with orchards, so vast that they seemed like an ocean. Lordan hired himself there. A week of back-breaking labor had passed. His hands were covered in blisters, skin red from the scorching sun, knees pulsating from pain. I must say, you're really an amazing storyteller. I wasn't expecting that. Shut up! Do you want me to finish? Where was I? All right. He was exhausted from all the strenuous work he's done. Went to the lord of the manor with a smile on his face to collect his pain. His stomach was already full with fantasies of all the delicious treats he was dreaming of buying, and of all that was ruined by the hand of the Lord, holding a couple of lousy coins. Listening. Jordan was furious. That was merely a fraction of the pay he was supposed to acquire. He started shouting at the Lord, demanding justice. Peasants were just flies to the Lord, disgusting, replaceable insects. And what do you do with fly which buzzes too loudly? But of the Lord's palm struck Lord on earth with the strength of the ox. Listening. Lord then fell to the ground stunned, and the Lord guards threw him out of the manor like garbage, stealing that few pathetic coins while doing so. If me add, it wasn't until evening when Lordan gained his hearing, and would become a fervent thought thought of revenge. Listen, your uncle was quite a capable fighter when I met him 10 years later, but he wasn't back then. He knew the guards would massacre him if he only came close, so he needed to find another way to fulfill his vengeance. Lurden was always ambitious, but the hatred fueled him like a nothing before. And what happened next? What came later was me becoming bored of this conversation. Go away! No way! You cannot leave me like this. What came later was me. No way! You cannot leave me like this. I can do whatever I want, Scrum. I had things to do. What things? I do them for you. I'll do anything you want. Just please tell me the whole story. Damn, you're annoying. Please, 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 please. Fine, just shut up already. Just say what needs to be done. You won't regret it. Okay, okay. What's it? Here, grab this shovel. It's a piece of crap, but it will do. There are clay deposits behind my house. Go there and dig up some clay for me. On it, boss. Okay. So we gonna dig up some clay. Just right here. Dig, 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 dig. Okay. What's this for? Is that something I should take? Oh, well, I'm taking it. It's like a decoration. I don't know. I won't get trouble in collecting it, okay? I will just collect a lot of here because I'm already here. I have 20 clay. Hey, there's a lot of them. What's this for? Do I get trouble from taking them? I don't know what's this, but I'm thinking, I'm not sure if I was just sitting here. If they don't want me to get this, they should not put it here, right? I probably get in trouble for taking this, and you probably ask me pay for it, and then I'm in trouble. Just keep doing this. Alright, there's more here. What's the use of this? I hope I will not. There's a lot over here. I'm probably get free to get this. I don't know. See, they put a mid also, so maybe it's okay. Who knows? Alright, all done. So we got everything here, and I hope I will not get trouble for taking all those toys. Anyway, we're just gonna go and talk to him. Okay, we're back. You have it. Here's all the clay you wanted. Will you finish it? Alright. So as I've already said, Lurdan was a much of a fighter back then. He didn't have any money nor connection. But he had one thing unusual, an unusual ability. You see, from an early age, Lurdan was an exceptionally good liar. No sweaty palms, no voice cracks, no tells really, calm, steady breath, eye contact held all the way. He eventually managed to handle any kind of pressure, even in the craziest of situations, but it wasn't that at first. He felt no pressure lying, no stress at all. It was as natural for him as breathing. He had absolutely no remorse. I swear, you little brat, interrupt me one more time and you will meet my wrath. Relax, big guy, I'm all ears. He came up with a plan so immensely moronic and unrealistic that it's really hard to believe that it would work so perfectly. At first, he convinced the nearby town tailor to sew him a whole set of clothes worthy of the most wealthy nobleman. The finest of fabrics, silken threads, you name it, horrendously expensive. So how did he manage to afford it, you may ask? It's simple, he didn't pay for it, so he stole it. I said not such thing. Lordan wasn't a thief, not in the traditional meaning of the word at least. Apart from that, did I finish the damn story? Ahem, while wearing his new clothes, he traveled to the castle of the king of the realm, and he entered. Okay, okay, now I know that you're making this all up. That's simply impossible. Ha ha ha! You're absolutely right, it is. Mad to even consider trying to pull that off, but Lordan, he just walked straight in. I don't blame you for doubting me, dumb. I would have been first to doubt a thing like that if I didn't see him doing it hundreds of times later with my own eyes. Anyway, he walked right into the castle, and once he was there, he followed through with his plan, which was bidding his wife. What? What? Whose wife? The king. The king wife? So the queen. Indeed. So let's guess. So let me get this straight. The plan was to get into the castle and lay with the queen? Exactly that. You were right. That is the most absurdly idiotic plan I ever heard of. I told you, but it worked like a charm. Still don't get it. What worked? What has he accomplished by that? After the love making, he dressed up deliberately, leaving his undergarments on the bedside, and told the queen he'll be right back with some refreshment. Then he went to one of the king's guards and told him that he saw the queen with the company of a strange man sneaking into one of the chambers. The guard rushed in and witnessed the queen naked in bed with the man's clothes right next to her. Oh! As a loyal servant, the guard reported on the matter directly to the king himself, who, who, as you can probably imagine, became furious to say the least. He couldn't really punish his wife. That would be a bad for his reputation, but he could pursue her lover. Unfortunately for him, at this point Lordan was long gone from the castle, riding a beautiful bay mare he borrowed from the stable into the sunset. I still don't get it. You see, the king didn't catch the filthy seducer, but it meant he could not track him down and find him. To do so, the only track he could follow was the one thing that Lordan left behind. Except his undergarment of pursued memory for the queen, his name, not his real name, of course, the name I used when introducing himself to the king was. Oh, I see. So that's what he did. Very smart. Presley, now you get it. So he used the name of the lord that beat him up. Ha, that's incredible. The lord he must have left the company of his body pretty promptly. He didn't get killed. That wouldn't be a Lordan style. The queen begged for his life to be spared, so the king threw him in the dungeon, which he spent all days he had left. Lordan was amazing, all that with just the power of his wits and speech. He surely showed the Lord that he shouldn't have wronged him. Don't get the wrong idea about his reason. Lord didn't get through all of that just because of what the Lord did to him. You see, the Lord was cruel, merciless, brute. He mistreated all of his subjects, killed for fun, raped for sports. People used to call him laundryman, because one of his habits was drowning his bastards in the lake right after birth, like unwanted kittens. Oh, what about? Oh, well, I'm glad he's dead. I mean, he's in prison. Listen, Lorda needed to stop him, and he did. But that's not the end of the story. After the Lord's captured, someone had to take his place. He didn't have any righteous successors. But then with just an uncannily perfect timing came a distant cousin of the Lord's, a charming young man with two different eyes. You have to be kidding me. Oh! So that's how he get all this money? He easily acquired all possession of his sentenced relatives. But Lordan didn't want any of that, not for himself. So he took only 3 bags of coins from the treasury and left everything else in the hands of the peasants. They were elated. He still probably worshipped there. I can tell you that. Oh, and one more thing. Why 3 bags, you might ask? Yes, why? That's easy. One for the tailor, another one for the stableman he took the horse from, and the last one for himself, with the exact amount of coins he was rightfully supposed to earn for his work at the orchid. I told you Loden wasn't a thief, and that was it. He mounted his beautiful mare and left the realm, continuing his adventure. At least that's the story he used to tell us. So nothing of that may be true at all. Ha ha ha. But that is how it was with Lord Dan. Now I understand what you in Uniegost were talking about. He really does seem surreal. I've never met anyone else like that. Don't get me wrong, he had his flaws, but the things he could do. His tongue wasn't even silver. It was made of pure gold. But wait, you didn't tell me what was the purpose of the undying fist? Different name of the pack. Oh, I thought it would be obvious now. On the day Lord Mission was born, he knew that the spoiled, rotten elites like that were scattered all around the world, draining life and dignity from the hard-working, simple folks. And that he was capable of stopping them to some extent. So that exactly what he started doing, overthrowing corrupted lords and giving back to the community. He sounds like a hero, a true hero. Well, it wasn't like, yeah, I guess you could say that. How did you join the pack? Lordan was working solo with until he met Uniegost. That's real agile fingers could work where Lordan's tongue died. And then they need someone with other talents. They were lacking like strength, manliness, bravery in his. So it's him. So, pretty much, so Lordan is good in speaking, silver tongue, and Uniegost is good with hands, and he's good with strength, because he's a big guy, tough, okay? So, they recruited the best there was. I was between jobs in the time, so I gave them a chance, and finally the pack started to really make difference, but I don't like to brag. Oh yes, I know, they humble to the bone. Thank you for noticing. People at my life don't need to boast about our skill. Just like that, son doesn't need to prove it's right. Alright. Anyway, I already spoke more words to you than I did in the last 5 years to anybody. So it's time for you to go, and preferably don't come back ever. It was great pleasure and a true honor. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. Leave now and return for giving away my location. Deliver this delicious meal to you. It's his favorite knuckle sandwich. And do you want me to hit him in the face? Did I stutter? No, sir. Of course, sir. I'm on my way, sir.